Hi, everyone. Welcome to Small Group. Great to be with you. I'm here with Rachel.
In our denim.
Yeah. I think I'm starting to wear the same outfit a lot on these.
I was going to say.
I wore this last week.
A few times now.
A few times.
How many weeks has it been of Small Group so far?
I don't know. I'm not. How many times have I been on it? It's been like 4 weeks.
I think it's been 4 weeks of Small Group.
And I've been on it most weeks. And potentially this is what I'm wearing most weeks. And I don't.
We could just roll with it like a cartoon character wears the same thing every time.
Maybe I will. Anyways, everyone, great to be with you. We have one big update we want to give you. There is an annual rhythm in the life of our church called the Month of Generosity. It's a time where we gather together around this value of generosity, believing that we can do more together, and believing the words of Jesus when he says it's more blessed to give than to receive. And so we take time during this month to highlight various partners and organizations that are doing good work all over the world, and we invite one another really into sacrificial giving on behalf of these organizations. And so there's different types of orgs that we are highlighting and giving to over this next month. And I wonder, Rachel, if you could list what they are, and potentially Alex will have a slide that comes up. That's what I imagine.
Great. Let's see if he does. Okay. These are the different categories or areas that our giving will go towards and organizations that will be blessing this year. So organizations that are serving the next generation, healing and recovery, leadership development, church planting and evangelism, discipleship and formation, and community engagement. So the communities that are like close to Strathcona, close to North Vancouver. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what God does with our open hands and our generosity as we trust him with our giving.
Here's another update for you connected to the Month of Generosity. I'm going to throw to Rachel. She'll tell you what it is.
This is the first time we've done this before.
Wow.
We're hosting an international missions breakfast. And this is part of our Month of Generosity. And so it's happening on October 25th, which is a Saturday morning.
Okay.
It's going to be in North Vancouver at our North Van site. It'll be a full breakfast, 9 to 11 a.m.
Do you know what's on the menu?
I don't, but like there are some safe guesses.
Yeah. You know what's really cool is the creative team at The Way does such a good job in so many different ways. But last year they produced this, would we call it a booklet, maybe a magazine? This is what it looked like. It highlighted some of the different organizations and told stories. This year we've done the same thing. It's a little bit different. Now, I would say that the design concept is similar. Right?
You want to talk about the branding?
The branding is similar, but it's also different.
Same brand guidelines, I would say.
Okay, same brand guidelines, different type of execution. And what is definitely different is what you'll find inside. And so you would have been able to pick up a physical copy on Sunday if you were at one of our gatherings, but you can also go online and find it there. And what you'll find in the book is some stories, some partner highlights, and all the different categories and many of the organizations that we're going to be supporting throughout this month. And I'll give you a bit of a map for the month because week to week, we're going to have the opportunity to highlight different organizations. And so we'll be showing videos, and they're just ways of inviting you into the wonderful work that we're supporting throughout this month. And so this past week, we saw a video about Promise Vancouver, which was awesome. And that's going to be the same week to week. And there's really three things that we're asking all of us to do together. And what are the three things?
The invitations for us will be to listen to the different people that are sharing the stories, the organizations, listen and learn more. That's one.
Yeah, that's one. Listen and learn.
Listen, learn is one.
Listen to learn.
Listen plus learn.
Okay.
Pray for our partner organizations.
I like that one.
And then we'll be invited to give together in Jesus' name.
Listen and learn, pray and give together. 3 invitations for all of us this next month.
Do you want to know something wild? I have a stat.
Okay.
Actually, I wonder if you could guess. This could be fun.
Okay.
Over the last 4 years of doing Month of Generosity in the life of our church, how much collective, like how much money have we been able to give away?
Okay, so all the money we raised during Month of Generosity, all of it goes to our partners. I think over the last 4 years, we have raised $500,000.
More.
Really?
$750,000.
$750,000.
Isn't that unbelievable?
That is wild. And so so what's really cool is, and this is a dream we always had, to be a generous church that blesses the city, that blesses the world. And of course, there's lots of ways to be generous, which we'll talk about this next month. But what that means, what that number means, is that by the end of this year's Month of Generosity, it's possible that we would have, in the past 5 years, given away $1 million to various partners, which is a beautiful thing to think about.
So good.
And what a great thing to be a part of such a generous community. And thank you for being a part of that, everyone. We are doing a sermon series during the Month of Generosity that connects to the theme of God's mission in the world, that connects to this idea of generosity, but generosity being bigger than just finances. And so week to week, we're going to be looking at themes that connect to the Month of Generosity. And we started this past week with a talk on the Great Commission that Daryl and Rachel gave. And I want to read it to you because you're going to be talking about this passage. And I'll ask you for some thoughts, okay? But this is the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 28, verse 18 to 20. And Jesus says this: "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations," or ethnicities, "baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age." And so, Rach, why did we start with the Great Commission to launch us into the Month of Generosity?
So this is kind of the finale of the Gospel of Matthew. And he ends his gospel by recounting Jesus's kind of like final commission or instruction to his disciples, to his church. And so you could say, we do say that this is like the marching orders of the church, the people of God, or like the primary assignment is to go and make disciples and baptize them and teach them everything that he had taught them. And the thing about this commission or this instruction, these verses, is that they're very costly. Like if we were to follow these commands, it would cost us, like practically, to go to every nation and spread the gospel of Jesus. Like that costs us, takes resource and lots of resource. But then if we think about our own contexts, our own neighborhoods, our own cities, our own circles, to go and make disciples is also costly. It takes time and intentionality and effort, and it takes honesty and vulnerability. And so it costs us. And it's all for the sake of helping other people to follow Jesus. That's what making disciples means. And so and then you think about the early church, and like since day one, the mission of Jesus has been carried forward because the people of God have been living with open hands and willing hands and generous lives, saying like, I don't want to live just according to my own mission statement, but I want to live according to someone else's mission statement. And so it is just inherently like, to be a disciple means to make disciples, and that inherently is like living a generous life. And so you're right, it's more than just financial generosity. It's living a lifestyle of generosity, and that's what this commission is inviting us into, I think.
And it could be an intimidating call or vocation to step into as the called out people of God. But I do love how it's bookended by, what did you call it, and Daryl call it in your talk? Like the great what and the great what? Yeah,
like before the commission, it's a great claim.
Right.
That all authority has been given to Jesus,
and then
in heaven and on earth, and then
the great comfort.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. And so I do take a lot of solace from the fact that this call to go into the nations or the various ethnicities, and the Greek there actually is like literally as you're going. Like we tend to think of this Great Commission being fulfilled as we leave and get on a plane and fly somewhere else. But the idea there is as you're going about your day, as you're going about your relationships, there's a call to make disciples and teach people to follow the way of Jesus. And that's what our small groups are about. That's what we're growing into together. And that's what we're connecting around. But I really take a lot of comfort from the reality that it's bookended by Jesus saying, all authority in heaven and on earth is given to me. He's in charge of the outcomes. Not me, not you, not us. And so there's comfort there, there's pressure off there. And then there's this promise that he's with us, that as we're going and making disciples, as we're opening up our lives, as we're pouring ourselves out on behalf of others, he is with us as our comforter, as the one who comes alongside us and gives us strength, as the one who's gone ahead of us and is already at work and inviting us into what he's already doing. So there's not pressure to make things happen. There's just an invitation to step into what he's doing. I think that's important to keep in mind. And there's a lot of other things that you could discuss on the basis of this passage, how it connects to our month of generosity. And we have a discussion guide that will help facilitate that conversation. So we'll turn it over to you now.
Bless you. Bye.